Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aditya Rediva. I am from second group, and I will giving my friend give 5 question about chapter 3 and 4, understanding phonetics and understanding phonology. Okay, question number 1. Vowel is one of segmental sounds. What is vowel and how vowel sounds are produced in terms of manner and place of articulation? Explain your answer.
Vowel sound is the second segmental sound discussed in this section. To produce vowel sounds, native speakers of English also use the place of articulation and the manner of articulation of vowel sound. The first is the place of articulation. Here refers to what speech organs are required to produce vowel sound, which only consists of the mouth, the tongue, and the lips. The second is, on the other hand, manner of articulation here refers to how the speech organs are functioned to produce vowel sound in terms of height, promptness, and as well as rounding.
I will turn to question number 2. The question is, there are 5 parameters of vowel sounds production. What are they? Please mention your answer and using your own word.
Okay, well, I will answer the question number 2. There are 5 parameters of vowel sound production. The first is openness of the mouth. Relatively open mouth posture, in which an open mouth posture will produce open vowel sounds. Therefore, he suggests we can see and even feel ourselves the relative openness or closeness of our mouth by alternating the production of these vowels in section. As you observe voice ourselves in mirror. The second is tongue elevation. Native English speakers correlate between tongue elevation and openness of the mouth when articulation vowel sound in which closed vowels. The closed vowels are articulated with relatively high tongue elevation, and open vowels are typically articulated with a relatively low tongue position. The third is position of tongue elevation. When discussing the position of tongue elevation, it will refer to when this elevation takes place on the 3 horizontal position. The first is in front of, the second is center, and the last is in back. Okay, the first is lip sound. In making the sound of English vowels, native speakers usually use two types of lip shapes. The first is rounded and surrounded. Rounded vowel is made the speaker lips from an opening and circular mouth, and unrounded vowel are made with the lips in relaxed position. In most languages, front vowel tend to be unrounded and back vowel tend to be unrounded. To see and feel the difference between them, we can say the word loss, which makes vowel sound. An alternative is by saying the word ni, which produces vowel sound e. When doing this, we will see that our lips are rounded for the produce of vowel sound, but they will be rounded spared when producing vowel sound. And the last is duration of vocalization. The last important parameter of vowel sound production is length of vocalization, which means that native English speakers relatively produce longer and shorter vowel sound due to the intervals of time when producing the vowel sound. Thank you.
According to Williamson 2015, vowel sounds are divided into two categories. What are they? Explain your answer, and support your explanation with example.
Okay, I will answer the question number 3. There are two categories according to Williamson. One, simple vowel sounds. Simple vowel sounds is made when a speaker produces a single vowel configuration without moving the tongue, the lips, and the mouth. In other words, the speech organs are in a relatively unchanged position. 2. Complex vowel sounds. A complex vowel sound is formed by combination of two vowels. Is a single syllable in which the sound begins as one vowel, the change to another vowel sounds in the same syllable.
I will turn to question number 4. The question is, what is phonology and do you think it is different from phonetics? Why? Explain your answer.
My answer is phonology is studies about the speech sound from cognitive perspective. In other words, phonology leads us to study about how humans' mind works in two fundamental aspects, i.e. to organize and to use the speech sounds in a language. The difference I think is phonetics is about the physical aspects of sounds. It studies the production and the perspective of sounds. Phonetics has some subcategories, but if not specific, we usually mean articulatory phonetics. That is, the study of the production of speech sound by the articulatory and vocal tract by the speaker. Phonetics transcription are done using the square brackets. Phonology is about the abstract aspect of sounds and it studies the phonemes. Phonology is about establishing what are the phonemes in a given language, i.e. those sounds that can bring a difference in meaning between two words. A phoneme is a phonic segment with a meaning value.
I am going to question number 5 or the last question. The question is, phonology studies about how speech sounds are organized and used. What does it mean? Explain your answer.
Number 5. Sounds are organized and how they function in language. And phonetic is the study of the sounds of humans' speech using the mouth, throat, nasal and sinus cavities, and lungs. So, phonetic and phonological are different but thus still relate each other. A. Phonology studies how speech sounds are organized. When studies phonetics, we study how individual speech sounds are made. An individual sound is regarded as the basic unit of sound, which is also named phoneme. The system is known as the pattern or organization of speech sounds, which organizes the distribution of speech sound in order to be meaningful. B. Phonology studies how speech sounds are used. As stated earlier, that phonology allows us to use our knowledge of phonetics cognitively to make sounds which convey meanings in social interaction. And it has rule. The rule is can be read this way. Is parents B under condition C. So if we use the rule to explain the answer to the question, the answer is this double O letter is pronounced as phoneme mid high back runner vowel before letter K.